I actually got this several months ago, and I had it, put on the back burner for a long time because of all the other videos I needed to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. I've got a package in the mail, and this is from Amazon, but it's actually a HD PVR kind of thing. I got a few things in the mail, so I had to kind of crack it open a little bit to make sure I wasn't doing the wrong unboxing or something, but there she be. I had a HD PVR too, as you may have saw my unboxing when I got my $1,000 Amazon gift card that I won from Samsung, and I actually returned it because it kept failing to capture. Like, I would capture my Transformer Prime, after 30-45 minutes, I would stop it, and then I'd go to use the file, and it wouldn't be there, but then the next time I capture, it would record just fine. Now, I have nothing to say negative about Hauppauge at all. Absolutely nothing. On Twitter, if you look at like all their tweets that mentioned me, there was like 15 of them. They did their best to help me out, but it was already too late. I had shipped it off. Everything was already set in motion. So huge shout out to Hauppauge and their awesome freaking support team for giving me a phone number to contact and doing their best to try to resolve the issues I had. But in that sense, I just want to go ahead and say I have no negative feelings at all against Hauppauge. I just, after seeing the 3.5 stars on that one, and then the 4.5 stars on this one, and all the extra neat little benefits this one has, I had already made up my mind and shipped the other one off. So let's open it up. Alright, this thing has some pretty cool benefits. Like, if you're not recording and something awesome happens, you don't have to freak out because you weren't capturing it. It's got like a rewind thing, kind of like on your cable. The best way I can describe it is your cable box. If you're watching a TV show and you're not recording and something happens, you can pause it, use the restroom, or you can rewind it and watch it again, even though you weren't recording because it was like caching it or whatever, like while you were watching it. So that's a big reason I got this, is because it basically caches stuff, and then you can go back and use it if you need to. Record your PlayStation or Xbox gameplay. Now, the Xbox is very convenient. You can capture HDMI, and the Xbox is my preferred console, the console I play on the most. So I will be capturing pretty much only that unless there's something on the PlayStation that I absolutely have to capture. But as far as like Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I'll just use the HDMI and capture in 1080p instead of using the PlayStation and only capturing in 720. System requirements: it requires a 2 gigahertz and 4 gigs of RAM plus a USB built-in port. Now, I have a 32-bit computer that I'm going to be using to capture this, and right now it only has 2 gigs of RAM. I'm going to plug this in. If it doesn't work, in a day, I get my 4 gig RAM update or upgrade. Even with maxed out RAM, the 32-bit dual-core laptop simply could not handle this device. I strongly recommend an i5 or faster, because even my i3 Dell netbook cannot keep up with the live capture mode. Enclosed, you will find the game capture, quick start guide, USB cable, HDMI cable, PS3 cable, and a component adapter. Sweet. Alright. Oh, wow. Okay, this is a very, very nice presentation. I've got to be honest with you. I paid for this. So, I'm not being sponsored. I did not get this sent to me. This is a nice presentation. Quick start guide. Pull out the game capture thing. This is way smaller than the other thing I had. Alright, get all this out and then we'll go through it and talk about it. Okay, so this is the USB 2.0. One of the most convenient things about this little adapter is it doesn't require power source. It uses the bus power from a USB device. So I'm not sure how they did that, but that's pretty awesome. So it comes with like a little short 3-foot HDMI adapter. I actually went on Amazon, and Amazon has 2 6-foot HDMI cables that are the latest, like Ethernet, everything, and they're like $9.99. I'll link to those in the description if you need something longer than 3 foot, which is pretty short. I actually even went and got a combo that was like $11, and it had a 3-foot and a 15-foot. So I'll have links to different HDMI cables that I use and are really cheap, and I can recommend them because they're cheap and they work really good. So there's the Ethernet cable or not Ethernet, but the USB cable. So this is pretty cool. With what I've seen before, they actually had like a little thing that went inside your the back of the unit, and then you'd hook this part up, and then it would have like other red, green, blue, and stuff. Oh, they separated it, so you don't go, okay, which red one is, because there's red for the video, which red one is the audio. They have it completely separated. That's very nice as well. But you plug this into the back of the unit, and then it would come with like this end right here, and it would have the red, green, blue, and stuff right here. So you just match them all up. So this is actually pretty freaking sweet. You can use this to capture like other component cables, like cable box. Oh, that's you know, if you want to do that, which I'm not recommending. And this is strictly for the PlayStation 3. Now the new PlayStation 4 and Xbox 360 are coming out here, and it's not going to be too long. And I really hope they don't have that stupid HDMI crap on there. I would capture way more PS3 content if I didn't have to change my whole setup and downgrade to 720p. I know there's a way to use like a DVI, HDMI DVI, and then like the optic audio to digital audio, and yeah, I'll probably mess with all that one day. But yeah, you hook this in the back of your PlayStation, and then you hook this up right here, and you can capture at 1080i maximum. With the Xbox, it's even simpler. You hook this up into the HDMI out, and you can hook this up into your TV, and then you take your HDMI cable that you have for your Xbox, and you plug it in there. And then you take this little USB thing right here, and you plug it in your computer. So yeah. This uses software to record your gameplay. There's no buttons or anything like that, which I will say it's one advantage to other similar things to this, where you press a button on it and it starts recording right away. You don't have to actually be at the computer to start the recording and stop the recording. So it is what it is. The benefits this has of not, you know, like getting an awesome throwing knife kill, or in Trials Evolution, there's a theater mode. Say you did some awesome freaking thing and you weren't recording. This thing will let you go back up to 60 minutes. So you never have to worry about losing something awesome because you weren't recording. Because nobody wants to record for 24 hours and use like a couple minutes of the footage or something. So this is pretty dope. There's a lot of reasons I got this. Plus it has a higher bit rate than other similar capture devices. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see how to set it up and a full review of this thing, because I did use the HD PVR2 for a little while, please leave a comment and please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know you want to see it. If you're new to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button below. It'll notify you of new videos, like when I post my review and how to set up and etc. This is What Would Josh Do, and I'm out. I'm going to humor you for a moment. So far, I've been using this device for several months now. I've got to say, I'm absolutely in love with it. The rewind feature is incredible. You can just play and play and play without recording, and if there was something awesome that happened, you can jump over to your computer, you can drag the little timeline back to the part you want, press the record button, and then it'll go all the way up to where it's live. And you can press stop recording at that time, and then the software actually has a decent editing feature where you can make simple cuts, delete the parts that you cut out, and, you know, like make it all just one clip. If you want something more, you know, advanced, I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and most of the time I just take the .ts raw file before it even gets converted, and I import that in Adobe Premiere Pro because it's actually a tiny bit better quality. Another thing I want to talk about is this thing needs constant USB power. When your computer's off, the device is going to turn off. What I recommend is actually getting a USB hub. I use a 4-port powered hub from Pluggable, and I have a video on that on my channel. And even when your computer's off, the USB hub is still getting power, so you can continue to play video games and etc. while this is plugged in. Please note that Netflix will not work when the capture is all set up. Even if you don't have the software open, Netflix just will not work. That's why I use my PS3 for Netflix, Blu-rays, and etc. because I don't want to unhook it all every time I watch Netflix or watch a DVD or something. Another feature I really enjoy, if you follow me on Twitter, Twitter at wwjoshdew, wwjoshdew. I posted them live streaming on Twitch TV. That's twitch.tv/wwjoshdew. I'll try to remember to put a link to it in the description, but you can live stream at up to 5 megabits per second, depending on how fast your internet is. I get about 20 to 21 megabits per second up, so I stream at the whole 5 megabits per second, and I get comments on my live stream saying, man, this quality is amazing. So I absolutely love being able to live stream and, you know, let people watch me play video games and show people how I do a certain thing, or, you know, whatever I feel like doing. It's live streaming is pretty awesome. If your YouTube account is enabled for live streaming, and I'm not talking about Google Hangouts, you can also use that, and it goes up to 8 megabits per second, I believe. Pretty impressive stuff. Been using this for several months, and I've got to say, I'm absolutely very, very ecstatic about this purchase. I feel great about it, and I can highly recommend this to anybody that's wanting to get it. One thing I will say is this requires a beefy computer. I actually have a 15-foot HDMI cable going from my TV to my capture card, and another one going from the capture card to my Xbox, and I got that's like all the way across my living room, wrapped around the wall and underneath the carpet, and then it's going into my Asus G74SX, which is a Republic of Gamers gaming laptop. So it's pretty powerful, and it's got an i7 and a GTX 560, and it handles this thing very, very well. But my i3 netbook just cannot do it. If you disabled the flashback mode, I guess like the live part where you can go back and recapture something, it might work. But that's the biggest selling point of this, is you don't have to constantly be recording, and you get all of it. You can go back and save the last hour without worrying, hey, I wasn't capturing. I can't tell you how many times with my Hapog where something awesome happened, and I went to reach for that record button. There's like a 3-second delay from the time you hit the button to the time it starts recording, and you missed it. You missed it, and it's not saved anywhere else. I freaking love this thing, and I cannot recommend it enough. Oh, real quick before I end this video, one thing that's pretty nice is it's actually got rubber feet on the bottom, and I'm trying to get this thing to move, but it's barely moving. It's like I said, it's got rubber feet on it, so when you lay it down, it doesn't slide across the table. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's, you know, an added benefit to this awesome, small, tiny little thing with crazy bitrate and 1080p recording and no power cables or anything like that. Freak yeah!